Hello, my name is Christopher Serra. I'm 29 years old. This is my new channel on YouTube called Gym Life. I want to reach out to people about health, fitness, exercise. Just let them know anybody can change their life. And this is my journey. So I would appreciate it if you guys want to follow my journey. Hit subscribe to my channel. I want to do live videos. I'm going to do videos. I want to keep you guys updated on how good I can do at the gym, how good I can do at the weighting clinic. Um, I started this, I would say I was about 460 pounds. And the only why I say that is because when I started going to the gym at the end of January, I went for like 2.5 weeks. So I'm thinking in that 2.5 weeks of going to the gym, drinking water, eating healthy, I'm thinking that I could possibly lose some weight. I think I was more about 450, but we don't know. So I'm gonna go off of my first time weighing in. I was 441, and why I at the weighting clinic, and that was after 2.5 weeks of going to the gym. And why I feel like I did lose a lot of weight is before I started going to the gym, it was hard for me to get off the couch. I mean, I'm not even gonna lie. There was a couple times like I would have to put all my weight on my arms or just to get off the couch. I'm not even gonna lie on it. It was bad. I couldn't walk for more than about 5 minutes, and I would have to sit down. My back was always numb. I could walk up one set of stairs and feel like I want to die. But good news is, after going about 2 months in the gym, I weighed in today and I'm down to 409. So that's a big improvement to where I was to begin this and everything. I'm just really overwhelmed at myself that I'm even at this point. It feels so good to be at 409. I'm not even going to lie. And I know this is just the beginning. So now I'm excited to see where can I go? Where is my limit? How high can I reach the sky? So I'm literally all in on this movement, and I've learned so much the last 2 months that I didn't know prior to changing my life. And I'm going to get into the background exactly why I'm doing this channel on this next part. So, if you like a great comeback story, because the comeback is always bigger than the setback. And that's facts. Now, here's my background of my story. Um, I used to drive a truck for about 10 years. Before that, I did construction. Before that, I worked for my grandpa doing carpet. I was always a big kid. Growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I got bullied. People fucked with me a lot. Um, but when I was younger, I could always fight. Always held my own. Always beat my bullies. So I didn't really have that much problem bullying. It just like nothing for me to realize my life was going drastically wrong. Like really affected me because still to this day, like I go to doctors and doctors be like, "Oh, you're gonna have some bad health, you know, pressure and da da da." Every time I got my stuff checked, I'm healthier than odds. Doctors tell me all the time, like, "Man, I can't believe your blood pressure, your sugar, like you're you're as big as you are, and you're passing all these tests that normally people your size are automatically failing." So it wasn't like I was extremely obese. I did play football. I did work out a lot. I just always loved food, and I love to eat. That was my biggest problem, and I'm not gonna lie. I realize now that a lot of times when something would go wrong, I would turn to food to fill the void. If that makes sense. Now, also in this last year, so I drove. So when I drove a truck, I was, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was about 350, 360. As soon as I got in the truck, that's when stuff changed. I went from like that 350 to 3. I actually don't want to go back quickly. Back in 2014, I'm pretty sure I weighed about 350, 340. By the time I got out of the truck, when I got out of the truck in October, actually 19, I got in a bad accident. I was pretty much back over 400 pounds again. Now, back in 2018, late just after New Year's, I started going to the gym, working out, and I did very good. I worked out so good until June. I went to Florida. I took my daughter to Florida, and I lost over 65 pounds. I actually seen 390 again. And my record was going really good. And my biggest mess up was Florida. I went to Florida. I got to Florida the first day I did my morning shake. Lunchtime, everybody wanted to go out to lunch. I didn't bring a shake with me, and I'm like, man, I'm going out to a restaurant. Screw it, I'm on vacation. I want to enjoy my vacation. That's what I did. I enjoyed my vacation, drank a few beers on vacation, ate bad on vacation. As soon as vacation was over, I wasn't active no more. I came home and I had a Tennessee trip with my sister and her boyfriend. The following month with my daughter for 5 days for my high school reunion. And now, mind you, I wasn't. After that, I didn't go to the gym like I should. I didn't exercise. It was just like I lost 65 pounds in my head. I'm moving around. I look good. You know what I mean? Girls are, liking me. You know what I mean? I had a lot going on and positive that I just rode with it and said, you know what? I don't have to work no more. And that what really showed me. By July, time I went to Tennessee, we went to Pigeon Forge, Gallenberg, and by that time it was hard for me to walk around. Within a month time, my back was hurting. Now, mind you, I just walked at Disney World a month prior. I had no problems. A month later, it was back to the same shit. It was hard for me to walk. My back was hurting. Next thing I know, I just stopped with everything. I stopped working out. I stopped doing the gym. I stopped doing everything. This time around, I'm not going to fall off the wagon because the following year comes around. It's like I said, it's October. I get in the back of a truck crash. I get in a truck crash where no company will take me on after that. So I eventually had to give my truck back to my leasing company. I had to give it back, volunteer to give it back because I can't pay for a truck if no company will let me drive on their fleet to make money. 3 weeks later, I see my grandma in the same morning driving. She fine, talking, driving. Later in that night, she can't move. She can't walk. She goes to the hospital. No one knows what's wrong. The doctors don't know what's wrong. Next thing we know, cancer. So within 3 weeks of time, not only if I'm going through just watching my career get taken away because of one bad accident, and mind you, I'll take my responsibilities, my dues, because it happened. It's just what I should do as a man. Then 3 weeks later, the one person that's been probably the closest to me, other than my parents, and honestly, had more of a bond than I think I did with my parents. I was a grandma baby, you know what I'm saying? It was all about grandma with me when I was a kid. Well, by January 2nd, 2020, she passes away. From January 2nd until March. Dark road. Didn't care. Didn't care about shit. I was partying, drinking, smoking cigarettes like a chimney, just, trying to get through life. I did good. As soon as that lockdown happened in March, that was a wrap. Michigan went on lockdown, everything closed, and that's when things got very dark for me. At this time, I was already having crazy thoughts. I went from having thoughts just ended all crazy thoughts to just constantly. It got to the point where I was falling asleep at like 5 in the morning and waking up at 8 o'clock to go to work. I wasn't sleeping. I was barely eating. If I ate, it was maybe 2 meals a day, and I did. They weren't healthy. I was drinking Mountain Dew like candy. I was drinking beer. I was drinking everything, and it got bad. I mean, I went straight unhealthy. The highest I ever been in weight, even back in 2018, was 430. And I ain't weighed myself for months. I have no clue how high I truly have ever been in weight. By the time this depression got to May, and that's when I finally, got the ability to start pulling myself out. By the time I woke up out of my like dark black state, basically the saying came to the light. My house went from decent and needs some improvements to shit. I mean, from by the time it was done, my house was, I'm not even gonna lie, nasty, demolished, basically. I've had to basically gut my whole house and redo my house step by step, which I'm okay with. My house needed an overhaul, you know, and now I look back at those months and realize, like, man, you gotta change something quick. So I went back to work with family. I don't get into that, but it's not the greatest work for family. Just butt too much heads. Things weren't working out that way for me, so I had to find out outtake. So I teamed up with and got into the medical business, delivery business. If you're in Michigan, you know what I'm talking about. And that's really helped me going. In the meantime, I've quit working my regular job, and I'm literally just focusing on my health. My health, making money on the side, and just completely concentrating on myself, chasing my dreams, per se. Um, I'm in the process of starting my own clothing line. Just went and bought a lot of equipment for that. So this is a new stage for me. At the same time that I'm trying to change my life, I'm trying to start something that normally I wouldn't have the courage to talk about. I'm not trying to, you know, sit here and get rich off of anything I say in this video or anything like that. What I'm trying to do is get support, reach out to people who might be in the same state, because being 400 pounds and looking at people that are skinny, it's hard. It's depressing in that in itself right there. You know what I mean? Not saying that we don't have to own up and take the responsibility for our own actions. Because at the end of the day, it's our own actions that got us the size we are. But there's other things that help, that help you get low at that point. And what I mean is like depression. Depression for me, I used to like. Now I realize I've had depression for a long time. Never truly noticed it because I've always been that person that, like, I could, something terrible could happen to me. I could go to the bar with a few buddies, get smashed. By the next day, like, I'm straight. And then if it bugs with me, just drink some more beer. Eventually, I would get over it. Eventually, it wouldn't be in my mind. It would still be there, but it wouldn't be messing with me. I tried that this time around. guess what? It didn't work. It just got worse. More depressed I got, more I drank. And I honestly have to say that medical marijuana really changed my life. My buddy got me to smoke a blunt with him. I want to say at the end of April. First time I smoked weed in about 10 years. I used to be against it. I used to, say shit to my friends all the time, like, fuck weed, you don't need weed. Weed's this, weed's that, weed's the devil. I didn't use to realize how good weed could really be if you used it the right way. And for me, is at night when I was by myself and I'm going through this depression, I would have crazy fucking thoughts go through my head. Like go jump off a bridge, and then this one will say this, and then this one will say that. So if I'm up to 5 in the morning, sometimes drinking, mind you, and I'm having all these thoughts. Once I started smoking weed, it mellowed me out. It slowed me down. It slowed my thinking process down. I was able to sit there and take it because I was high. I was thinking stuff at a slower pace. Not saying that weed, just made my problems go away. I'm not saying that by any means. But medical marijuana has helped me with my depressions. It's allowed me to think these crazy thoughts out, think stuff, mental health out. And it's honestly when I get that stage of my anxiety fucking bouncing off the walls. There's times that, I've sat here and felt like I'm just having a panic attack, felt like I'm having a heart attack again. Like I could hear my heart just boom, boom, boom. And mind you, I'm not exercising, I'm just sitting on the couch. Just with the thoughts that go in my head. Next thing you know, I feel like I'm dying. Like I'm really debating on, do I need to go to the ER? Is this it? And then, after a few minutes, I try to mellow out and I end up just, I'll smoke a joint and it'll all go away. I'll become, you know, out of my head. You know what I mean? And just things I've tried. In the past since May to now, I've cut out every negative person that was in my life. And I mean, you know, that's pretty much what I've done. And it's helped tremendously. If a person I knew it was no good for me that I was around, just walked away. Not saying that, I hate that person or there's bad blood or any of that. It just, you gotta put yourself in good situations. So now, every time before I do something or I go somewhere, I always think everything out. Is this gonna be a positive move? Is this a positive choice? That's how I try to think things out now. I'm just so ecstatic that I've made it this far. If you ask me in January, if by the time going into March that I would be 409 pounds, I would be positive. I would have good mornings again and be able to wake up and just look out my window with a smile on my face again. I would have told you before. Because at the beginning of January, I was still waking up every morning, pissed off at the world, and it didn't really matter who you were. If you said the wrong thing to me, you were luckily three things would happen. Either I'm going to cut, not being nice to you, say some rude ass shit, and just be a complete dickhead. And if it went to the next point, I could care less. To be honest, that's that's how I was in the beginning of January. Now, for the most part, I can wake up and I'm not gonna lie. There's days I still wake up, and I still had those days where, you know what, I don't want you to talk to me because might fly off the handle. I'm, you know what I mean? I'm in a dark state of mind. That's where the gym has saved my life. And why I say saved my life is because, if I'm having that bad morning, I can go to the gym with my best friend that got this all rolling. And I might look at him and be like, hey man, just shut the fuck up and do your workout. I don't want to talk. I might give him a little attitude, or I might not respond to him. I might just give him that look. But by the time that workout's over, I always go to him and be like, you know what? Sorry about it this morning, but I was going through it this morning. I didn't want to talk to no one. I was in a dark place. But now my workout's done. I've worked all my aggression, my anger, my negative thoughts, all that away. And I'm leaving the gym. There's some days I walk in the gym and I could probably go catch me a case with the anger I got built up. Whatever is bugging me the night before, or whatever is going through my mind, my thought process, because I do realize, I'm still battling depression. I'm still battling these things. But by the time I walk out of the gym, I'm a better person. I'm happy. I'm ready for the day. I can take losses. I can take negative things. You know, that is huge in my aspect for me. Because a couple months ago, it wasn't like that. I mean, I used to work with my dad every day. My dad would always go out and yell at me because I'd be, he'll get in the truck, we'll start talking. He would say something in the mornings. I've had these, I would get an attitude like, say something like, okay, I get it, because I didn't want to talk. He would, you need to get the fuck out, get out of your dark stage and stop being an asshole. That's what he would tell me all the time, and I would sit there and argue with him like, you don't know what you're talking about. I haven't been messed up in the head for a while. I'm not depressed. I'm fine, and I was still trying to look for an excuse for it. At this point where I should already know, I'm already looking for an excuse to tell him, hey man, this is just me. In reality, he ain't doing nothing wrong. You know, he just talking on the way to work like a normal person, but I'm over here being an asshole for no clear out reason. Just because he's annoying me, because I'm in my own head. That's where the gym to me saved my life, because now I got days where if we take a day off through the week because our body just needs it, because we went too hard throughout the week. There's days where I have to still go to the gym. I still have to go to the gym regardless if it's just riding the bike for 10 minutes or just walking the treadmill for 10 minutes or, doing something. Because if I don't go to the gym now, I become antsy. I get negative. You know, I'm not going to lie. A couple weeks ago, I had to do some stuff at work early in the morning. So before I meet up with my partners and stuff, I stopped at 7-Eleven. I bought one of the little vapes. Now I was vaping from the vape shop, the bigger models, the bigger vapes. Well, I didn't feel like buying a coil because I wanted to quit vaping. So I bought one from the store. And I thought they cost like $10. They were like $15. Plus the clerk out at 7-Eleven. And that's when I was like, whoa. I said to myself that I told the dude sorry for one. I got a truck. I bought it, got a truck, and I said to myself, and that's the moment I knew I needed a gym. I'm like, you just cussed the 7-Eleven clerk out over something that you were going to pay the money regardless. I mean, I get it. $15 is ridiculous for a little throwable vape. But how's it his problem? He don't make the prices. He just does it with his boss does. But that was me in my head, on a Sunday, on an off day at the gym, and that's where I realized, you might need to, get control of yourself. And that's what I'm like realizing, and and it's coming around, growing. I'm not 100% perfect. I'm not 100% right. I'm learning as I go, and that's the awesome. That's awesome about this journey so far is I can see where I'm wrong, I can see where I'm right, and I'm learning so much about my thought process, my mind, my brain, where I'm at, how I'm exactly feeling. It's amazing. Um, I I'm ready to start this journey. I'm ready to follow my dreams. I've never been the person to like take pride in myself. I've always thought to myself, well, you can't do this, you can't do that. You're just, a basic person. I'm learning now that if I put my mind to it, I'm good at anything I want to be. I don't know how good this channel is going to be or how much people I can touch, but one thing I can say is I'm going to enjoy doing these videos. I'm going to enjoy giving you guys content in the most positive way that I possibly can. I'm definitely excited about this. I just want to, believe in myself and go and do my own thing. See, the one thing that I've never been good at, and my downfall is taking orders, being bossed around. That's why truck driving was awesome. It was an awesome career for me because it didn't matter if you were a company driver. It didn't matter if you were anything. You didn't have a boss. You had a boss, but you didn't have a boss because your boss only could talk to you through, the call com or cell phone, stuff like that. You didn't have someone over your neck just, constantly pick it up. You know what I'm saying? You didn't have none of that in truck driving. As long as you got your load to point A to point B on time, that's all anybody cared. They didn't care how you did it. Just like you on time and stay on course. If you were a company driver, now if you're owner up like I was, you could take any highway, which way you wanted to, as long as you were on time. So I mean, as long as I, so basically, from where I was a year ago to I was now, honestly, it's hard to actually, speak in words. You know what I mean? And to me, I feel like I faced so much stuff. You know what I mean? I was owner op for about 8 years. Owner op means truck was mine, made great money. In the last year and a half, I went from, I feel like, from the top to nothing to losing one of the closest person to me. I feel. I love my mom and dad to death, and I'm gonna miss them just as much. Don't get it twisted on that. But me and my grandma had that bond that, I've always feared the day. And from where I was at then to where I am now, I feel like, I'm such a mate. I'm such in a better place. Definitely have my days. Definitely. Every day is a work. There's no days off. This stain on your head. Depression is beatable. Life is beatable. You just gotta have confidence in yourself and stay motivated. So I'm gonna end with this video. I'm gonna end this video today with never give up on yourself. Don't matter how hard it gets, keep pushing. Because great things always come to the person that's put in the work in. Work hard, get repaid with good results. And you know, good things always happen to great people. It don't matter what your past is. It matters what your future is going to become and the person you're going to become. Everybody has a past. Everybody has negative things in the past. But it's nothing that we can't change. If you're willing to put the work in, everything else will come. Mind over matter. And it starts with your mental health first. It's a step. It's a process. It don't happen overnight. Trust me. From May till now, almost 1 whole year. Almost 1 whole year for me, and I've still got a long road to go. And I still have a long road of improvements to go. So thank you. If you watch this whole video, I really appreciate it. Please subscribe and follow for my journey. We can do this together. Have a good day, guys.